Hello, and welcome to the November curriculum update. I'm Casey O'Mara, the Director of Curriculum in Slate Valley. I didn't send anything out in October that was recorded. I simply sent the October Star 360 update instead of reminders. Um, so I wanted to take this moment to update all of you on happenings as we make our way into November. So in September, I shared with the school board and talked a little bit about trying to develop a sense of belonging for our students, as Brooke talked about the goals for this upcoming school year and the motto of our school, your future. And when considering that, I thought a lot about different opportunities that are created in Slate Valley for our students. And some of those you'll see in these images below. What is taking place in these different images of students and ropes are Eric Marchese, Guy Maroli, and Trevor Kelson taking students to Falls of Lana in Leicester. It's Lake Dunmore in the back when you see the body of water. And this is part of Outdoor Pursuits, which is a collaboration between those three educators focused around PE, science, and math. And so developing opportunities for students to be outside, but then also developing skills and maybe furthering a sense of belonging at Fairhaven Union High School is part of the attempt of that experience. And then also here, second year of Project Build that's led by Chris Stanton. And so in the middle school, these students were building stands for Chromebooks charging stations. And again, trying to find other ways for students to feel connected to school and that sense of belonging and recognizing our school, your future. And also included here in this update are a set of slides that were adjusted from a presentation that the high school counselors gave to the school board earlier this month. And what I wanted to highlight out of this are a survey that was done in the graduating class of 2023 in developing their plans, but also it's a reflection on how it is we've been able to create a sense of belonging at the high school as students kind of were able to have different experiences that may have led them into certain directions when they graduated. And the slide number 7, which shows kind of how it is the students are preparing during this current school year for those different opportunities and developing a sense of belonging that would allow them to see whatever it is they would hope to pursue upon graduation. So there's some statistics, around CTE, early college, dual enrollment, work-based learning, etc. And so again, trying to find ways in which we're designing curriculum, instruction, and assessment for students to really personalize the Our School, Your Future motto. October, I didn't record myself. I just sent that update, as I mentioned earlier, around Star 360. I've linked that here again for anyone who's interested. There is a plan in place, and we're going to look to support in our guided supports, it's called, the layers of support for those classes that have been identified as being in the yellow and red in Star 360 in our elementary schools. And so you'll hear more about that this month. I've included my October school board report. You'll see that there's mention of what I just said around those classes having students in the red and yellow and being above a 40th percent of the class meeting that distinction. You'll also see a bit that kind of sets up this presentation that I was supposed to give in October at a school board meeting, but was tabled until November, given the length of that last meeting. And you'll recognize the first slide as being the first slide with data, that is, as being VTCAP, the Cognia results. I'll make certain that folks are aware that that's a representation of proficiency, not how we use STAR in recognizing growth percentile, which is charted towards proficiency, but noting the distinction between VTCAP and how we use our benchmark and screening tools through Star 360 in Slate Valley. But if you're interested, you can check all of this out. You'll recognize data for the elementary schools in regards to historically marginalized populations and non-historically marginalized populations. And two schools, Castleton Elementary School and Fairhaven Grade School, who were identified based on snapshot of SBAC scores from 2020, 2021, and how it is now we're tracking performance of students that are in our free and reduced lunch population at those two schools in order to get ourselves off of needing improvement in those areas at Castleton and Fairhaven. So a bit about kind of data and recognizing student performance through computer adaptive assessment, STAR 360, and then also ways in which we're designing curriculum instruction and assessment for students to recognize a sense of belonging, because it is important to track data, but it's also important to recognize opportunities where students can let us know through their behaviors and through other surveys, et cetera, not just simply test scores, as to how it is they're feeling that they are successful in Slate Valley. Thank you for all that you do, and please reach out if you ever have any questions.